Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to welcome you to another jewelry making tutorial. Today's ring tutorial is gonna be in a sort of like a lazy kind of spirit because I just can't be bothered recording most of the footage. So I'm gonna borrow it from different tutorials. Some time ago I made a diamond ring. I tried to recreate a ring that I found on a website and it was like £1,000 and I made it for £10. And so basically we're gonna be using the base of this ring. And if you've seen this tutorial, then you can skip to blah 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 blah. I just noticed this lovely blouse is coming apart, so let me get rid of this. Let's hope I don't cut my arm off or there will be no tutorial. Done. We can start now. And start we shall. Okay, so I'm using 8.6 inches of 20 gauge wire, placing a Sharpie in the middle of the wire, bending it and then twisting it. The twisted part on my ring should be 2¼ of an inch. Okay, let's straighten the untwisted wire and cut and straighten the wire on the other side too. Once that's done, I'm using this eyeshadow stick and I'm shaping the ring. Then with my chain nose pliers, I'm bending the straight untwisted wires and lining them up. And once that's done, you can use this little trick of mine and tighten the wires with a small rubber band to keep them together. Then grab some thin 26 gauge wire, you could even use 24 gauge, approximately 6 inches long, and start wrapping. I started on the bottom of the 4 loose wires and carefully wrapped the thin wire around 3 times before making my way down again. I really took my time here and didn't pull on the wire too much. When I was going up with the wire, I really pulled on it, securing them together, but as I was going over them again, I was really gentle because I didn't want to create any gaps in between. Then I cut the rest of the wire off and push the ends into the wrap bits with chain nose pliers. And since the thin wire moved up a little, I'm pushing it down with my nylon jaw pliers. So now I'm separating the wires by slightly pushing them apart, but not bending them. We want to keep them nice and straight. You can use chain nose or even flat nose pliers and bend just the very bottom of them. So that's it for our base, and if you want you can watch the diamond ring tutorial to see how I finished it. And so basically this is what you end up with. Okay? Whoa! I just dropped it. Let me get it. Right, so yeah. I'm going to make loops on this ring, and to be honest you can make as many as you like, but I've decided to go for 8 loops in total. That means 2 loops on each wire. I'm simply turning the wire around my round nose pliers, the same or similar way I would make jump rings. And as some of the wires are getting in my way, I'm just pushing them aside a bit to make more space, and I also don't want the wires to cut my hand. I need the gaps between the loops bigger, and so I'm separating them with my flat nose pliers. Then cutting the rest of the wire off. After making the loops on each wire, I'm rearranging them into a circle shape. Basically, I'm making the ring look like a flower. You could of course make some loops in the middle of the ring if you wanted to, but this works too. need some beads. So I've got quite a few Swarovski beacon beads and I thought I would make it rainbow just like my last tutorial, but at the end, because it's almost summer, I decided to use winter colors. And so I'm going for this blue and some green. Why do I consider green to be a winter color? I then got a bead and a ball pin, which I know it's too long, but I don't have any short ones at home. Adding the bead on the ball pin, bending the wire with chain nose pliers, and then making a loop with round nose pliers. Also, the ball pin was made out of 0.7mm wire, I think. And to be honest, I would suggest using thinner ball pins. That way you could fit more beads on the loops if needed. And then after repeating this process like 1 million times, I eventually end up with lots of beads on ball pins, with the loops closed, meaning I now need to open them all. Okay, let's start. The sooner the better, the faster we'll have the ring. This is a very enjoyable experience. I could not enjoy myself more. About if we just skip this footage, shall we? Okay, so I had great time opening all the loops and now we need to attach them onto the ring, which is gonna be amazing. It's gonna take about, I don't know, maybe 100 years? I'm adding the shiny silver beads first, meaning these will be on the bottom of all the other beads, and then following with some frosted beads in between. These silver beads are 4mm in diameter and they are actually sterling silver, not to brag. The Swarovski beacon beads are, by the way, also 4mm. So yeah, I'm pretty much adding the beads randomly, just making sure there is the same amount of them on each loop. Once the loops start to be full, it can be really tricky to push more wire into the gaps, so I'm really trying to add as many beads as possible with my chain nose pliers, but at some point it's just not gonna be possible, and that's how I know the ring is done. Alrighty, we've got the ring finished! This is... I dropped it again. And this is what it looks like when it's on. Oh, there is something else. When you push all the beads aside in the middle, you can see wires exposed and it's not the prettiest sight, but once the ring is on my finger, all the beads get pushed upwards and they magically fill the gap in the middle. Ooh! So, if you see a gap in your ring that you just can't fill, then don't panic, it will work out just fine, hopefully. This is so gorgeous. Oh my god. If I saw that in the shop, I would definitely buy it. You should see how sparkly it is. So, if you like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more tutorials and turn on the notification bell for notifications. And I'm gonna go because I'm hungry now and I'm gonna eat my dinner because that's exactly what you needed to know. Maybe I'll go to the toilet as well. See you soon! Love you all! Bye! The faster we'll have the ring on our finger. Oh, I'm sorry. This one. Oof. Oh, these scissors are rubbish. How long does it take to cut 2 threads? Done.